I'll read this. I was somewhat optimistic this wouldn't be a pile of shit, but I saw this headline right before going live and figured we'd read it together. I also don't exactly understand what this adjective even means. A slaughter fest of bad CGI doesn't even make any sense. It seems like they were really pulling out of their ass for any type of like exaggeratory statement. It's a fucking bumble shitter of bad CGI. Like it means nothing. You could just say reportedly has horrible CGI or something, which I wouldn't be surprised about. But they built all of the ships. Like they're all practical. They actually built it. They stated that the show tested horribly as the CGI was horrible, and the story of One Piece made no sense to the casual viewers, hence every episode of the Netflix adaptation being rewritten. What? I mean, that's a legitimate complaint if non-fans can follow it. Is it confusing in general, or only to people that haven't watched One Piece, I imagine? It's probably got to be the latter. Exit Risa, Momo, Sharp, Nirvana, Soto, Creep, and Auntie, and Stalfo. Being rewritten after it's already made. Yeah, good point. It seems a little late to rewrite it since they already made the episodes. I guess what they could do is re-edit it so that way things flow differently, but yeah, you can't make full fucking rewrites right now, right? That wouldn't make any sense. Resub, Rigo, Carter, Callow, and Faded. Are they gonna do a non-pilot or something? No, they're doing a whole season. It's not just like a pilot episode. They're doing a whole season. Oof. So it looks like they're kind of just jumping right in, doing a full cannonball into the One Piece pool, just trying to set up the story through flashbacks and then just giving him the first four crewmates. That's a stinky decision. I could see why that wouldn't test very well. And this is always going to be a problem with live action anime adaptations. This is something that I don't think anyone's surprised about, that the characters don't look like their anime counterpart. What's important is that they at least give a legitimate try as opposed to like Cowboy Bebop where half the time it's like what the fuck. There's like real like sometimes no real effort to even keep a costume consistent. I don't know why they keep trying to adapt anime. I really don't. It's a completely losing battle. Next to tier 1 tuxedo and the resub sauce and alcoholic, the prime porcupine. Yeah, this was cool. I don't know if you guys saw this. I'll pull it up real quick. They actually built the ships. So like they actually built the Baratier and everything. Like it's pretty cool the work that went into the practical elements as opposed to just CGIing it. Which is why I was somewhat optimistic that it could be decent. But I guess if Ace Investigator Divinity Seeker is accurate, it looks like they really fucking missed the mark. Okay. So he doesn't watch One Piece. Not that that really matters. In fact, it'd probably be better if they didn't watch One Piece to get a completely fresh set of eyes on it. But yeah, I guess this doesn't seem great, though it's still super early. It's just one report. Series of Ichiran, Star, Eyes, Worldwide, Phase, Sean, and Luke. They couldn't sit through 1,000 episodes. Well, they shouldn't have adapted it in the first place. But I really do think One Piece is unique in the way that you probably could make a somewhat decent live action out of like part one, like the very beginning of it. Like the gathering of the first crucial crewmates could have been something that you could probably do. Like there's nothing too outlandish with early One Piece. Too goofy would never work. Yeah, I don't think Luffy would ever work. I think Luffy in particular would make it kind of a non-starter. But like the DNA of it really isn't anything too crazy. I think the resub. Ezekiel Shaken and the Prime Ronin and the resub body. Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 7, and Resident Evil Village are very good. Thanks, resub Gullible. Actors seem to have good energy, but as far as powers go, I don't know how it'd translate. Well, that's the thing. Like, man, my voice is all fucked up. We've seen, like, Mr. Fantastic and shit in live action, and it's not the worst thing in the world, and we've come a long way. You can make Luffy's rubber attacks be fine in live action. It can work. The problem is Luffy's personality would be terribly grating in live action. Fuck, I mean, it's grating in the anime. I am still not warming up to Luffy's constant, like, over-the-top silliness at every single second of every single episode. It wouldn't work in live action at all. That's for fucking sure. I love it. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with liking it. It's just too much for me. For example, my favorite character so far is Zoro. I just finished Skypiea finally. I'm breaking into episodes 200 now, so we're finally getting somewhere. I like Zoro. Zoro has some comical moments, but overall, he changes. Like, when he's... Depending on the situation, his personality and his characteristics are true to, like, what's established, but he's also not super two-dimensional. Luffy so far only has two modes. It's briefly serious mode, and I'm hungry, need meat mode, and I'm super fucking stupid and oblivious to everything around me. That's it so far. And it just gets too much for me, so like at the moment. Maybe it grows on me and gets a little bit better throughout the series, but right now it's just a fucking lot. And that would never work in live action, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you could never make this work in any way. And it was probably doomed from the beginning. Thanks to Prime is Radic and the resub Dio, Amped, Buzzkill, and Nasu. You probably wouldn't like Goku. That's just not a good comparison. That's not the gotcha you think it is. Because Goku is serious more than he's silly. When he's silly, it's like ephemeral. Like he's silly for a little while, he jokes around, but during like a fight or during a... For example, in Skypiea, he gets swallowed by a snake and he stays there for like 30 fucking episodes. He's like, oh man, this is a weird cave. This is a weird cave. I want to leave this cave. This fucking cave. I'll start hitting the cave. Like, it just drags on and on and on and on. When Goku's silly, it feels like it just doesn't have that kind of lasting nails on chalkboard, I guess. You enjoying it so far? Yeah, I'm warming up to the show overall. Skypiea was a big stinker, but I really liked Eniru. I thought he was a very cool villain.